Hello there, and Happy New Year, I suppose, as this is the 1st of January 2015. I'm not one of those people who's massively into New Year's resolutions and such like, but I'm starting this on the 1st of January, and we'll see if this will be the first of many or first of one or whatever. So this is Borderlands the Pre-Sequel. Just it's a while since I bought this the week it came out, which was October, November of 2014. I recorded a half an hour beginning sort of let's play video, as people call them, and then didn't upload it to YouTube because of slight audio synchronization issues, which I didn't get around to fiddling with. So I'm starting again, but doing it slightly differently. So rather than just doing a commentary playthrough the video game, which I'll be doing, but I'll also use it as an opportunity to try vlogging, but without just staring into my webcam or whatever camera I was going to use. So you've got a bit of video game playing for visuals, me rabbiting on about well, life, the universe and everything, to quote Douglas Adams' title of one of his books. But in a way that's true, it is a bit of everything really, and who knows where it will go. It's up to 2 minutes now. I've not actually done anything apart from, okay, I'll choose this chap called Wilhelm, and I'll give him a look with a beanie hat for no real reason. And all different colours. None of them actually. His beanie hat sort of matches his. No, well, I'm gonna have to don't like that beanie hat now. Horizon highlighter. Desert warfare. Cyanide. Oh, I think these colours might be if you've already got a Borderlands save and something. It gives you this because you're. Let's go for that because it's what it is. Right. So this is literally. I just had the opening cutscene to the game, which I didn't bother putting in, and this is the very beginning of Borderlands Pre-Sequel. So I'm using, this is playing on a PC using the Xbox 360 controller, which is my default, having I suppose been more predominant console gamer than anything else. It's a preferred way of playing video games, I suppose. Well, depending on the game, really. But a game like this, some people may argue the the mouse and keyboard's better, but just a preference, really, I suppose, at the end of the day. So I have a tendency when I'm playing games to split up between, I suppose, depending on the game, like big interested in really playing it and sort of getting involved, I suppose, in the storyline, wanted to follow it, and then I suppose the game's a bit like this, where it's sort of an open world game, but it's not open world in sort of the GTA sense, but it's fairly flexible in what you can do in that respect. So these are games I often would listen to podcast too, you know, with my iPod and listen, you know, podcasts or audiobooks type things, and it's that sort of game where you. Well, what I often do is I'll have my iPod on, playing the game, and if I get to the cutscene, I'll pause whatever I'm listening to sort of, you know, listen and see if I'm missing anything important. Watch, you know, listen to the cutscene, go back to podcast. You know, something like this is fairly you don't need to know. I mean, I can clearly see it's a first-person shooter. I'm a character, and it's fairly straightforward. It's not really. You don't need to know the detail of the audio. It's not like you're missing a great deal by not having the audio. You know, I'll often have the audio fairly low. So, excuse me, I thought I was going to burp, but I didn't. There's a little burp hiccup thing. Anyway, so what's the time? 6.5 minutes. So I'm not gonna make this first video a long one. It's more of an introductory to what this is about. It's a let's play and rambly. Skip this cutscene? No. Let's play and talk about stuff, really. So where's the unique stuff from my perspective? I suppose the fact that well, what's, yeah, it's all about the USP, isn't it? For, I was being really cynical, like, how would you get people to view your content on YouTube? Well, it's not about that at all. It's more, you know, I'm not setting out to do this for any reason, and I find it quite interesting as a concept on some level, and just to see what happens, really. And it's, although I disagree with the, I'm not a big fan of the term, but I remember from A-level drama, you know, going on about, oh, it can be quite cathartic, and in the emotional sense of talking about certain things you don't necessarily want to, it's not, I suppose in a sense it's getting them off your chest, really, certain issues of, so it's that, I suppose, that same principle, but rather than, you know, talking to someone wanting an answer, it's just talking, I suppose, you know, and I think people have a tendency maybe to, with the internet especially, over-edit their lives. What I mean is that I suppose what people, you know, it's almost, you create this persona of like everyone's happy all the time, and it's well, life's not really like that for everybody, or even them necessarily, but it's almost like you've got to portray this sort of myth version of yourself, sort of like, oh, I'm fine, no problems with anything in the world, and everything's super fine, and sort of like, well, okay, fair enough, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. No.
Alright, looks like you got a shield.
I suppose no one,
Need bullets until it depletes.
I was just looking at the comical character, because that's the thing with this game. You'll get, and you'll notice you'll get that a lot where I'll get distracted and just talk about something completely random. So the yellow of this is fairly absurd, and it's pretty much the only time you really see your character, because it's a first person shooter, so you don't really tend to see yourself much. apart from you see a bit of the glove of your hand holding the main gun. But so
Jamming signal originates from Elvis, Pandora's moon.
this
Kill the turret!
ugh, I think it's a weird concept in a way to get used to. Talking nonsense, playing a video game with not a great deal of I suppose, you know, I want to play this game and I've not played it before, but it's not like I'm I suppose it's the third game in a series made by a different developer, and it's not a great exciting story, so it's more let's play this video game, quite literally, so let's play and see what happens. It might just turn out to be nonsense, both what I'm saying and the literal game I'm playing, and this whole concept maybe it doesn't work, I don't know, but then you're not going to know unless you try. So here we go. Quite like the Borderlands games as a whole. I played them second one than the first one for some reason. You know, the story's not a massive thing, and it's like things they do better in the second one than they do better in the first one, and you obviously playing it in an odd way, and this is technically in between the first and the second, so you've got so it's the elements of them, and it's set on, it's not set on Pandora, the main planet, which is in the first two, it's set on the moon of that, so when you get into that, I've seen, you know, trailers where you jump around and it's moon type gravity, although obviously this isn't Earth's moon, so the gravity could be whatever they wanted it to be, so, but it'll be interesting to see how that sort of stuff plays out, because obviously that's different to how the you know, how the game is, but it's I suppose the distracting thing for me is I've got the audio of the game coming through with the characters talking, sort of audio segments like at the moment, and I'm also aware that I've put the audio fairly low, so you won't be hearing what I'm hearing, and you'll be like, why is he not talking? It's because I've got the game talking to me in one ear, and me trying to balance when to which one and when not, really, I suppose. There's no surefire way of doing this, I suppose, and I might change how I end up doing these videos if I carry on and record the footage separately and talk over it for a bit, or continue it like this, we'll see, but it's, I'm sure there's some great pretentious word for the rawness of this nonsense, and some people who would say, oh, that's so clever or whatever, and well, you know, whatever, but it's not terrible. Let's see, where are we? I think it's just saved. It's coming up to 14.5 minutes-ish. So I'm going to stop it there and see how this goes at synchronising the audio. If it goes okay, I'll hopefully load this up onto, or upload, as the technical term is, upload this to YouTube. And then maybe try again tomorrow with the second part. Okay, thanks for listening / watching. Bye. It's not terrible.